Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome back to another StarCraft video. Now what I got for you today is a viewer submitted game of Platinum League Terran versus Terran. Spawning here in the top left hand corner of Kairos Junction and playing with the red SCVs. We have none other than Rheinmetall. I think that's a German name. And his opponent spawning in the opposite corner of the map and playing with the blue SCVs. We are currently looking inside of the main base of the Eliminator. The Eliminator, that's a nickname that's way up there together with like the Killer. You know, I've only seen those kind of names like 14 dozen times on the ladder. Regardless though, this is indeed going to be a Platinum League match of TVT, so that does mean that this is a viewer-submitted match. Now, if you have an awesome game of SC2 that you recently played yourself as well, you can go ahead and submit it to replays at LowkoTV, and maybe, just maybe, I will be casting your game here in the future. Now, we have that awesome Terran music in the background. It's so good. It's so good. For some reason, it's the same actually in StarCraft 1 as well, right? The Terran 1 music and just the Terran music in general is incredible. I would probably be playing StarCraft 2 without any of my own music if it wasn't for the fact that I also have to listen. It's not that the Protoss and the Zerg ones are bad, don't get me wrong, but the Terran one, it's so iconic. Now, what's Mr. Rheinmetall doing? I just have to say that with a German accent now. What if he's not German? Anyways, what if Mr. Rheinmetall is... What's he doing with this SCV? Are you gonna make an expansion in the bottom left-hand corner? Ah. Okay. No. Okay, I was gonna say, if you're gonna mine there and then go all the way back home, I'd be very sad. But here we go. A command center does get planted down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. And even though we do see that a Reaper coming up right now for the Eliminator, he's, by the way, also getting an Expo, but that one is gonna be just on the normal low ground. This Reaper will have to scout that kind of thing out. You gotta send that one across the map. The rally point is right over there. That's not where you want it. You really want to send it across as soon as possible. Now, Rheinmetall already did get himself his own Reaper as well. And the Eliminator, he's gonna sit over here for another little while. Whoa. Oh my god. All right. Well, hey. I guess we know who got the first hit off, right? Is he gonna be able to chase it down? Yeah, he will. So this is actually gonna be rather important because he needs to scout what's going on. It's really critical that you use that first Reaper for scouting, and there we go. The Eliminator is gonna move across. If you're really worried about losing the first one, you can always go ahead and make a second one as well, just for safety. Wouldn't necessarily recommend that for you know, every single level of play, but this is some really quick double gas in the natural for the Eliminator. So I have to see what he plans on spending that gas on, but I've got a feeling he's gonna have to plant down either a second factory or like a starport really soon. Anyways, a little bit of back and forth right here between these two players. The Eliminator did now scout that there is no natural available. So if you see nothing weird inside of the main base, right, and there's no CC, you should really start looking around the map, because oh my... Oh my... No, what? Are you kidding me? Did you not see that? The Eliminator, did you really just now Well, here we go. The SCV train chewing towards the bottom left-hand corner, led by the locomotive, which is not named after me, by the way, but led by the locomotive, indicated with the blue mineral patch. Yeah, they are just simply gonna make their way towards the bottom left-hand corner, and even though he saw it, he did not notice. Alrighty, so we do have a siege tank coming up right now, as well as some marine production, a lot of gas here, as well as a fusion core. Okay. I was gonna say, is that an armory? Like, what exactly is the plan here? But no, it is a fusion core right now for our Terran player here in blue. Now, this could be for Liberator ranged, okay? But, I mean, the StarCraft nerdy me gets excited whenever I see a fusion core, just because of the fact that it obviously unlocks the Battlecruiser tech. He could also go ahead and get Liberator range, which is another great upgrade that can actually be quite useful in TVT. But, oh no! I see why this game has been selected. We also see a fusion core for Mr. Rheinmetall inside of his main base as well. Now, both players did get some units out of the barracks and then also out of the factory, but I think that we have some very aggressive Battlecruiser play here coming up for either side. Now, both players do have an expansion. Rheinmetall, he's not macroing particularly hard here. You do need 400 minerals for each of the Battlecruisers, guys. Like, Battlecruisers are really expensive. They're 400 minerals and 300 gas each. And there we go. Battlecruisers are being produced on either side of the map. Second starport coming up here as well for our player in blue. And the same actually can be said on the other side of the map as well. Both players are gonna go heavy Battlecruisers. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. So, Rheinmetall did get himself that one medevac out with the 2 Widow memes in there as well. He could go ahead and just simply boost in, because there's not really a whole lot available here for the Eliminator to actually try and deal with this. He did also put a Hero Marine out in the middle of the map. That's Larry right there. Look at him. Brave as ever. He is going to be able to stay on the lookout for any kind of potential aggression. But Rheinmetall, he is indeed going to load up his units in... Oh my god, please notice this. I mean, he's not going to notice anything, guys. He didn't even see that SCV train while looking at the Reaper, okay? At the same time, on the other side of the map, while a lot of SCVs were just killed, we see the same thing happening here because the first Battlecruiser has arrived. Now, what better way to defend the Battlecruiser attack than with Battlecruisers? Do we have the Yamato gun done yet for our player in blue? Not the case. Yamato cannon or the weapon refit is still being produced. You gotta repair. Please repair. Please, Rheinmetall. Okay. Oh, thought for a second he was gonna send them back to mining. So this is awkward, right? So the thing about Battlecruisers is that they are phenomenal when it comes to killing stuff on the ground. Is he gonna drop mules to try and repair? Oh my god. He is gonna... These SCVs, yeah, okay. They're absolutely phenomenal when it comes to killing things on the ground. Oh my god, the worst tactical jump in all of history is indeed gonna happen here as well for Rheinmetall. I think he meant to use his Yamato cannon, but there we go. The first Battlecruiser, while the tactical jump was on cooldown, does indeed go down. And I say first, just because I think there's gonna be a whole lot more of that, judging by what both players are doing. Now, all things considered though, there certainly were quite a lot of SCV kills there for the player in blue. Are the Widow mines still there? I don't know. I think they must have gotten picked off there as well. The one medevac pilot apparently also having a death wish. And a couple of Marines also felt like they did not belong for this world together with the siege tank drivers. They're like, you know what? I just want to go around the map. Maybe he's trying to bait the Yamato gun. For some reason, it's called Yamato Cannon now. I always refer to it as Yamato Gun. I know it's Yamato Cannon. Anyways, the only thing that I don't... Oh, he's using it for scouting. The scouting siege tank, of course. Why did I not consider this? Oh man, that was awkward as well. Did you see that? Anyways, the thing is, the Eliminator is still not aware of the fact that his opponent... And once again, Yamato Cannons are going down. Bam! Woo! You see that ragdoll? He does not know about his opponent's bases in the bottom left-hand corner. Yamato cannons, though, are being used all over the map. It does turn out you can almost kill one PC there with double Yamato cannons as well. Repair will be able to come in here, just barely in the nick of time. But that's the thing, though. Battlecruisers are great when it comes to fighting things on the ground. They suck in air-to-air battles. They really do not look very impressive in these kind of scenarios whatsoever. Now, the Eliminator trying to see if he can queue up another Yamato cannon, even using scan right here to be able to lock on. There we go. And I think it is gonna fire. Oh, he just barely jumped in the nick of time to the other side of the map. I wondered if that was gonna be like, yeah, that was pretty nice, actually. I wondered if that was gonna be like the Pyro Blast in Heroes of the Storm on Kilthus. That Pyroblast seems to just chase you down no matter what happens. Turns out Yamato guns are not the same. Yamato cannon or Yamato gun? Let me know down below in the comment section, guys, which one of the two should I refer to as. In StarCraft 1, it was definitely called the Yamato gun, although I guess a cannon is more badass. Anyhow, both players actually now going for the upgrades as well, and the upgrades are really critical. Since Battlecruisers fire really, really rapidly, right? Having only +1 more damage out of every single shot is gigantic. Like on units like, for example, the Immortal, it's not that big of a deal because they attack rather slowly. But with a unit that attacks really quickly, like for example BC or for example... The same for the armor upgrades, obviously. Every single attack also... Man. Every single attack also is quite a bit, you know, weaker when you are fighting someone who doesn't have upgrades in this regard. Now, finally, the Eliminator is figuring out where the income for this BC army is coming from. The Eliminator, though, he's already inside of the main base of his opponent. He's gonna have to respond with his own tactical jump as well, because there we go. The defensive play is ready, and that was actually the sickest bait and switch, because now that the BCs were in the bottom left-hand corner, right, Larry the Marine scouted that out really nicely. All of a sudden, the Eliminator is gonna have free reign of this corner of the map for just a little while. Now, Battlecruisers, for being the ultimate ship, definitely are not the most mobile, and the command center in the bottom left will be picked off here in the end. Now, who the heck is ahead? I have no idea. I feel like this is the kind of game that will be decided by the Yamato cannons. Like, the attacks are so good. If both players have their tactical jump on cooldown, they can deal so much damage. So it's got like a 2-minute cooldown, by the way, so it's not going to be available for another little while here for either of them, which does mean that the Eliminator is in a little bit of trouble. +1 is already done here, of course, in the attack upgrades here as well for our player in blue. But once again, excellent micros, barely getting those reinforcing Battlecruisers in the front and using their tactical jumps here instead. Also, obviously, the SCV repair is massive. SCV repair is really helpful. Nice little bit of micro here on Rhine Metal as well. But sometimes StarCraft is just a numbers game. You gotta get those BCs out of there. Gotta get him out of there. Tactical jump is ready. Get him out. There you go. Nice little bit of micro, trying to wait until they are at low hit points. Once again, though, we will see the... we will see the tactical jumps and the Yamato cannons being used on either side. I love this. This is really cool. Alright, so Rhine Metal, he knows he's got spotted in the bottom left-hand corner, so he decided to just simply lift up the command center and head on into another direction. Now, even though they do cost 400 minerals each, for some reason, both of these players have a ridiculous amount of money to still continue planting down a lot of command centers. You gotta make sure you get that SCV count up. So every single Battlecruiser is 400 minerals, 300 gas. I think that makes them the most expensive unit in SC2, right? By like a pretty significant margin as well. It's a very expensive unit, but in particular, like, that's the weird thing about this. In particular, in ground battles, they're really good. If you have like 2 Battlecruisers against like a bunch of Marines or a bunch of Hydras or something along those lines, they make short work of those units on the ground really quickly. But when it comes to fighting other Battlecruisers, they kind of look a little pathetic, right? That's really not all too impressive. Alright, so the Eliminator is gonna go up here against a player that has 2-2 just about to finish. And I feel like that's massive. Now, if you look at the unit count, though, there are 9 BCs here available for the Eliminator. Plus, both players will have their Yamato cannons available. And there we go. Once again, a couple will get used, but they completely whiff as tactical jump does... Oh, man. Does get used there barely in the nick of time. That means that our player in red, he does have a solid set of upgrades here, and he's going to be able to use the Yamato cannons to do a tremendous amount of damage and shut down one of those units out of the sky. Now, this is like a more stupid version of a Phoenix versus Phoenix battle, where both of the Phoenixes have blink as well. Phoenixes obviously can chase each other down just the same way as Battlecruisers can, and they are going to try and see if they can do critical amounts of damage. Neither player really doing the perfect tactical jump micro here, but I think eventually... Oh my god, what is even going on? How is collision not an issue? Can we look at the unit count instead? Okay, 8 of them remain here for our player in blue. He is teleporting the weakened Battlecruisers back towards the safety of the main, only to go ahead and repair them up to fight another day. And he's actually now even killing a lot of SCVs as well. That's the last of them that will be able to get on out of there. And the Eliminator, showing us what his micro is like, is gonna be able to make a lot of those Battlecruisers return back to the safety of home. Now, he needs to pull SCVs, a lot more SCVs. He doesn't really have a lot of SCVs in general, though. He only has 43. He needs to repair these units up. Now, I kind of like the fact that he's dropping his minerals, rather than what Rhine Metal is doing on like command centers. He's dropping those minerals on more Marines instead. Marines, obviously, they're going to be able to take some of that fire, so it sounds sad. I mean, unless you sacrifice them. Yeah, okay, then they don't really do a whole lot, eh? If you sacrifice them, they're not as good. But this is going to be strange, though. Here we go. Yamato cannons are being used on either side immediately. He's going to have to be careful that he does not lose the amount of hit points here on those Battlecruisers. There we go. Tactical jump is being utilized, but Rheinmetall, he is losing one once again. And I kind of felt like that was the timing where he could have done a little bit of damage, considering all of the Eliminator's Battlecruisers were at low hit points, or at least a lot of them. That was probably one of the moments where he could try and get an advantage once again. Alrighty. So who called in the fleet? There's quite a few of them, eh? Quite a few of them indeed. For units though that are possible, or they're able, right, to travel at warp space during the StarCraft 2 campaigns, they really do not seem particularly fast, or I guess big, in these battles either. Anyway, there we go. The Marines apparently feeling brave enough. Some of them are hungering for fighting there in the back as well. But look at this, right? Compare this to the amount of damage that they deal. Look at that. That's insane. +2/+2, baby. Actually, are they at +2? Yeah, they are. It's ridiculous. Like, compare that to the amount of damage they deal to air units. It's almost a little bit sad. Anyways, the Eliminator, he's smelling blood. You do not want to start using your tactical jumps too quickly either. A couple of Marines apparently sleeping on the job. They did not notice the CC that's built over there. But Rheinmetall, I mean, he's still producing 2 Battlecruisers at once. He only has a couple of them available right now. It's 3 right now for our Terran player in red here in total. This will also be confirmed right now by the Eliminator. He's making short work of all of those structures. At the same time, rather than getting defensive, he's decided to go for the aggression instead. And that means that Rheinmetall will be able to pick up one of those Battlecruisers for free, but I think the same might very well be happening here on the other side of the map. Unless he manages a tactical jump or just simply fly across, he's going to be in a good spot. Man, that is a brave pilot. There you go. And he will be able to travel away there. Just barely in time. Now, it looks like we have a Battlecruiser base race. What is this? A Battlecruiser base race? Is that actually what's going on right now? The Eliminator... will be able to tactical jump to the rest of his friends as well, or I think so anyway. I don't know exactly where it was headed. But anyways, this is indeed a Battlecruiser base race. What is even going on right now? I'm looking at the supply count though, and I can't help but wonder that, you know, the Eliminator is in a very significant advantage. He's got 10 BCs right now versus 4 for Rheinmetall. And even though he's got 4 Battlecruisers and a Dream, and usually I would always call the player with 4 Battlecruisers to still have a chance. I guess when you're fighting BC versus BC, the game can become really awkward. Now, what Rheinmetall did do nicely though is spread his bases all over the map. There's one Battlecruiser now headed towards the bottom left-hand corner. This is the one with the low hit point count. And he is actually bringing a lot of SCVs here for the repair as well, but there's so much damage output right now for the Eliminator rather than try... Oh my god, did you just do that? Did you just really... Okay, I was hyping you up, the Eliminator. But did you just really give him the offensive GG? That is the biggest jerk move you can make in StarCraft 2. And while Rheinmetall didn't really mind it so much, the Eliminator is gonna be the one who obtains the victory here. I was really excited about the way that he was playing that until he gave his opponent the offensive GG. You just don't do that, man. You just don't do that. That's just... poor sportsmanship right there. Anyways, that was an awesome game. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notifications as soon as future content goes live. And if you're interested, you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Links are down below. There's a new merch store as well at LowkoTV/merch. Plus, you can support the channel at Patreon as well. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you once again in the next one.